Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. Today we are revisiting if you get that little tune, you're a genius. What are we revisiting? We're revisiting Gyeon. Where's the Gyeon brand logo? There it is. Gyeon, come on focus, Primer, which is an ultralight finish, an SiO2 primer, superb surface preparation, okay? Cut, 3 out of 6, finish, 6 out of 6. So it looks like some sort of primer polish with SiO2 in it, with a moderate level of cut, I'd actually say quite a low level of cut, but a very high level of finish. So what can you use this paintwork for? First of all, you could go over your paintwork and cut it. Now, I've just been using a little wool pad and some pure abrasive to take out some little tiny spots of etching. Please don't say that's one that I've missed, sorry. No, it's good, it's a bit of polish. Now, when I use this wool, it will haze up the paint, which you'll probably struggle to see on camera, but it will. It won't give me a final finish. Or if I'm really going aggressive with the sort of high cut compound, you need to finish it out. So you could use a finishing polish, or you could finish out with this primer with its kind of low cut, high finish. So you can use it to finish out paint. That's really important. Can you single stage with it? Yes, as long as you haven't got to dig out too many swirls. If you've got to dig out too many swirls, then use something a bit more aggressive. So it's not really a single stage cut and finish type product either. It's more of a finisher. But the primer element and leaving the SiO2 on the surface is something that really... SiO2 on the surface is something that really interests me, okay? Because it means the product is compatible with ceramic coatings. Here we have some ceramic coatings. So you can actually polish with primer and then coat. Now, we mentioned, if you follow the channel very carefully, the limitation around this, or how you use it. If you polish and finish out with primer, after you've buffed off the polish residue, whatever's left on the paint, your nice shiny finish, that layer of SiO2 needs 24 hours to fully cure before you coat on it, is my understanding. Okay, I haven't even read the instructions. Anyway, carry on. But if you need to coat immediately on the same day, after you've buffed off the main layer of polish, you'd go around your entire car, polishing, buffing with the microfiber towel, and then you'd come back to the start and it'll be well over an hour. It's sat on that panel. And then you can go over it with Gyeon Prep, just mist the prep on, and wipe it with a clean microfiber cloth. And what that does is it removes the carrier, which will take 24 hours to fully vaporize. By removing that carrier, you are ready to then coat immediately on top of it. So it can be used with no restrictions, because that 24-hour thing is going to cause people problems. Excuse the cough. Now, let's always read the instructions because it's important. Ultralight finish and SiO2 primer, superb surface preparation. We got that, haven't we? Directions. Work with a polishing machine of your choice, so rotary, force rotation, or DA, free spinner. At low revs, work until fully diminished. At medium revs, at low revs, work until medium revs. Okay, wipe off with a high quality microfiber, yeah. There you go. After 24 hours, the residue evaporates and an SiO2 priming surface is ready to be coated without any other interactions. Otherwise, surface can be coated immediately after priming, but requires a Q2M prep degreasing. Damn, I'm good. I got that spot on without even reading it. I promise you didn't read it, but I read it a couple of weeks ago. That's so important that you can go straight on. Without that, you'd be in trouble, won't you? Okay, guys. So my paintwork on my car is really good, but I love polishing it. My objective now is just to give it another light polish, put the primer down, and then use the Gyeon wax. Where's my applicator for this? That's the important bit. Sorry. With, Sorry. This is important. It's in here, my box of wax applications. Where is it? Don't say I've lost it. That is the best bit. There it is. I can see it. I can see it. Hidden there at the bottom. Okay, let's clean off. Right. So you get a unique... Oh, I'm going to try, though. So you get a unique applicator where it matches. So you get the idea. It goes onto there. So let's just take the lid off. This wax is really, really cool because it's nice and easy to use and it's nice and hydrophobic. I keep that little lid thing on. So you take that off and then you can put your wax on there, cover it, leave this on the panel for half an hour and buff. But it's very light to buff, okay? And it's very beady. Now, what was I going to say? Oh, I want to try and use this on machine application with a really soft pad, a DA on its slowest speed, and just... I got a feeling it's going to work okay because it's quite a smooth wax. Now, let's crack on. What pad should you use with this, John? Well, I would suggest you use a finishing pad, and I've got the Gyeon finishing pad here. I've got some other finishing pads that are roughly the same. They're not identical, but they're close enough. Always good to use more than one pad. Some water there so that when I've finished, I can dunk it in the water, which will stop this drying. I believe this is water-based, and this product does seem to flush quite well out the pads, unless you leave it for 24 hours to set like I did last time. But I still got most of it out, so you shouldn't... Try and avoid that. That's sloppy from me. But there you go. I'm a sloppy kind of guy. Now, I'm going to be using the XCE. This is my main axe of choice, like the guitarists say. My main axe. We'll put this battery on charge. We'll take another one. And we should be full power. There we go. Full metal jacket. Now, I've got a tiny little bit of this sample primer. It's not a sample. This is the smallest size. I want to talk about price. This big bottle is £53. So that is expensive. It really is expensive. But I've bought it, so that says it all. And that's after buying this and using it all. This will do one car, really. I've got a tiny bit left. And I can't remember what this costs. Apologies, but I think it's about £12 or £13 for however much you get in there. Let me just have a look. 120ml, is it? Apologies if I got that wrong. That's what it looks like there. And here, I think you get 1000ml. Hold on. 1000ml, yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. I wish it was like £40. Another thing I wish is that, Gyeon, if you're watching, I would love you to do an all-in-one version that's similar to this, that you go and buff on your car, and it's a bit like this, works like this, but leaves, rather than just like the SiO2 primer, leaves a hydrophobic version of that primer SiO2 that lasts for 3 months, so you could have this as an all-in-one. Oh, that would be good. That would be so good. Call it AOI primer or something, I don't know. But that would be amazing. Now, let's get going. Because I've got some things to talk about with this particular product. 5 years ago, when I did a brand review of Gyeon, I remember using this primer and I was on the fence about the whole concept of these silica primers and all that sort of stuff. And I just remembered that I followed the instructions and I felt you couldn't work it hard enough. Like I wanted to really go at like this primer and really work it. But if you did that with it, I found it kind of went hard and it was difficult to buff off the panel. So you needed to keep your speed down and not overwork it, which I didn't like. And that's probably why I've not used it again up until about 2 weeks ago. And I did the video putting the coating on for Reg's M140 using this Synchro kit. We both used this product, well this one here, and it was amazing. We were working the hell out of it and buffing it and it was brilliant. So I don't know if the formulation's changed or it's because we're working with softer pads or just slower speeds or what, but it changed my opinion and then that's why I've gone and got it. So I think it's really, really good. Okay, now let's put this on nice and centrally. Look at that. We spin it up, give it a whack, make sure there's nothing You know, sometimes you get like loads of dust coming out of it if you've been using, you know, compounds and all that sort of stuff. So we'll leave the big bottle there in the background to make a nice shot, but we're just going to finish off our little bottle here. Almost worth keeping this because it's a good little bottle. You could decant some and just work with this little one. You know it's going to do a car. You also know you're using the right amount. Why am I taking the lid off? Okay, pop that down, and I'm going to put some on this outer edge where you don't seem to get so much product. You might think this is a bit of an unusual way of doing it, but it is. And let's just put 3 bigger blobs to get us going. And then after that, we're just going to use 2 small pea-sized drops because you don't need a lot of this stuff. We'll put the lid down, just wipe that so we don't waste anything. Now, come with me because this is the really important bit. I want you to see. So let's go where we've got good light and the camera can get some focus. And let's just give this a little gentle flick to make sure we've got no dust on this panel. Looking pretty good to me. Right. Now we've got great paint, so I don't think we're going to suddenly go back and see like, oh, the paint is transformed. You know, we take it, you can wet sand the paint or like, you know, make it look awful and then do those demos where you suddenly transform it. We have very good paint. So we're not going to be doing that. What I want to show you, if I can, let's go to our filming position. These are my favourite sorts of videos doing this. It's enjoyable for me. Let's pan out. There we go. And that's a really good shot of what we're doing here. Just hope that camera doesn't fall off. So you've got a nice overhead shot. And so let's lay out. I want to work reasonably quickly with this, but probably depends what you're trying to do. Doing a quarter of a bonnet is not good. So we're probably going to do, it's not, you know, we're not applying a sealant, so we're probably going to break this down into 9 sections, guys, unfortunately. So that's going to be about up to here, 2 by 2. And we're just going to, this is going to take a little bit longer, but we're also aiming to get this done in 1 day, okay? So that means we've got to work reasonably quickly, a good quarter of the panel. Let's set our speed up to about, yeah, you could spread it on speed 1. Let's just do that, or else someone's going to tell me off. Okay, so we have our film now, consistent film, which is a good idea. It is a good idea. You should do that. And then we're at about 4.5. You can't stall this machine because it's forced rotation. Be careful with dumping the battery, dropping the battery down. When you're holding the machine, never let go of this bit. Always take a good grip of wherever you're holding it. You could wrap that battery with something if you're worried about cracking it, but just concentrate when you're polishing. Let's go, and I'll show you, because we're going to work it quite hard. Let's get moving, because it's going to be drying. A little bit of pressure. Lift up and do along that line. Same again. Bit of pressure. what's that, 2 minutes, something like that? You want to keep that set down to about 2 minutes. Yeah, you've got to keep that set down. So we'd be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times about 2, 18. 20 minutes on the bonnet, that's completely reasonable. 20 minutes on the bonnet, 30, 40, 40, let's say an hour and 20. Yeah, we want to be done in about 3 or 4 hours. Not even that, really. Right, let's just show you the buff. Now, we probably used too much here as well for that first set. You could probably sometimes see me priming the pad, you know, and just spinning it and getting it going and then putting a bit more on. So the reason this is good is it shows us quite a nice layer of film, okay? We've got a clean microfiber towel. Let's just fold it, actually, because I was using this towel with the, when I was using the little mini to take out the dots. So now we've got a clean side. Get the 4-way fold pinch thing going. Flat cloth, and here we go, just a little gentle circles over it so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just over the top. Look. That. There is no pressure, look. That's what I love. Any product that gives me that, even when you've got quite a thick film with it. So let's just go again. We've got an awkward little line here. Just get our little gentle circles going. Look at this. There we go. Done. Let's go over here. Get our little gentle circles going. Just gently. It comes off good. Like really good. And then you've just basically done a quarter of your panel with primer. We've hit it properly with the set. And we've got a good, you know, there's no greasiness to this polish. It's unusual. It is unusual. It's different, but it's brilliant. And like I say, it's different to how I remember it. If I'd have done 5 years ago what I'd just done then, there might have been little bits left where I'd have had to have gone like that. So I don't know if it's just been refined or tweaked or if I was just using it wrong. Who knows? But all I know is that's what I want from a polish, and that's why I've gone and bought it. And that is really, really good. Yeah, lovely. What's it like at taking out swirls? Well, I'm not too sure because I don't, you know, like this car's in really great shape. I'd imagine you can get some cut. I'd imagine you could up the pad to a slightly coarser pad if you're trying to just single stage with it. It's probably not what it's designed for, but it could probably do a single stage if you wanted to. But I think it's more designed for finishing out and getting you to a state where you're ready to put something on top of it. And ideally that's going to be a ceramic coating. A ceramic coating or this Gyeon wax, which will be ideal. Can you use other waxes, John? Well, if the Gyeon wax can go on top of it, then why can't any other wax? Because this is, I believe this is like carnauba wax with some sort of fluoropolymer thing that's hydrophobic. Fluorine wax. It has to have some carnauba in it, surely. It's got a slight yellowness to it. But I'm sure you could put any wax on top of this primer. If that one bonds, then the other ones will. Yeah, really good product. Really good. Really good. You should just definitely check it out. You know, it's different as well. There's not very many SiO2 primers on the market. Most primers that we know of, you know, like pre-wax primers are acrylic, you know, resins, acrylic, liquid forms of acrylic that, you know, solvent carried and will leave a layer of hardened acrylic, which fills as well. And acrylic is lovely and slick, and they're good. I think, like, I don't want to misquote because I never know, but I think this might be an acrylic primer. Just trying to read the instructions, but who cares? And this is great. It's a brilliant product. I've done a little mini review of this coming. And it's cheap. So go with an acrylic primer if you don't want to pay the money. But if you're using coatings or you want to try something new, you know, different technology, give this a go. if you're worried about the price, just buy a little sample and that will do one car and leave you a little bit, and you'll get an idea whether or not you like it. So that is the Gyeon primer. I'm going to now go ahead and put the radio on. This is the bit I love. It's not a particularly nice day today, but I'm going to be in my garage for the next 4 or 5 hours. I love my car. I'm really looking forward to pampering the car with the primer, just something I love doing. And then at the end, I know the car is just going to look phenomenal once it's all done and I take it out. And I love that. So, yeah, that's what it's all about for me, guys. Enjoying it and enjoying the products and enjoying the process, enjoying, you know, detailing. Love it. So thanks for watching. Take care. I'll put a link for this in the description. And as always, you can try the discount code Forensic. If it works, great. If it doesn't, it means these are already at their best price, and Imran can't discount them without you know, making enough margin on it. You know, you have to make some margin, so not everything's discountable, but you know, his prices are good. So link in the description. Take care. Bye for now.
Holding on to what I knew, but the moment's gone. Where was I when